I just want to start off by saying underpainting isn't for everybody. But it could be for you. You want to know why? Because you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. Hey ma'am, thank you for pressing play. If you're new here, welcome. And if you've been rocking with me for a while, thank you. Underpainting. It's what's on the menu today. To start off my skin prep, I'm using Caudalie's Beauty Elixir. Skincare has been completed. Now, time for some skin prep. Do you guys know the difference between skin prep and skincare? So glad you asked. Skincare is the process of maintaining or improving the integrity and health of your skin. Skin prep is preparing it for your makeup. Next, I'm using Danessa Myricks' Upsolite. That's not what it's called. I was gonna say Upsolite Shorty. That's not what it's called. I'm using Danessa Myricks' Blurring Balm Powder. I want to try this new makeup trend called underpainting, and that's when you apply your contour, your highlight, and your blush before you apply your foundation. Hopefully it turns out well. We're gonna try it together. It's just me and you. I pray it's not a dumpster fire. Even if it is, this is still going up because it wouldn't be the first time that I had a fail on here, so. We're gonna start with contour. This is Fenty Beauty's Matchstix in Espresso. This feels so weird for me. It's different. I won't say it's different because I'm doing things. I'm a creature of habit, and doing things out of order, it just forces me to rewire my brain. To highlight, I'm going to use Too Faced Born This Way concealer in Taffy. Just gonna put a little bit underneath my eyes because this one is bright. Now I'm also gonna use Honey by the same Too Faced brands. Just gonna put a little bit. And some liquid blush. Liquid blush is going to be Rare Beauty, and this is Enjoy. I still haven't really found my footing with liquid blush yet. I don't hate it, but oh, that's a lot. I don't hate it. I'm just still trying to figure it out. Now let's let this dry down. I already wet this sponge. I got this from e.l.f. I wet it and I squeezed out all of the excess water, and then I'm going to spray it down with some MAC's Fix Plus. Now we blend. Blend. Now, from what I understand, when it comes to underpainting, it's supposed to give you like a very subtle, defined look. Very natural, very polished, and very pretty, like, for lack of a better term. When I've seen it, it looks really good, which is what gave me the confidence boost to try it. But again, I'm a creature of habit, and once I develop a routine, I don't often deviate from it. But you know, I'm down to try something new. That wasn't supposed to happen, obviously, but we move. So far I like it. Same with this sponge. I got this from Shein. I wet it, I squeezed out the excess water. I'm gonna spray the big round part of it with some Studio Fix Plus. Now we blend. And all I'm doing is I'm bouncing it. Bouncing this off of my skin to blend out the product. I'm a full coverage kind of girl. I like full coverage products. It's a preference of mine. So when I was doing my research on underpainting, it did say that full coverage products are not ideal for this technique, simply because when you go in with the foundation to blend everything out, a full coverage foundation is going to hide all of the work that you've done underneath it. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. So far, it's working out for your girl. I gotta get back in the gym because point ça, il est fatigué. Not too bad, not too bad. Bounce, blend, tap. So far, I'm not disappointed. I'm gonna use this same, maybe not. Maybe I'm gonna use this to blend out the blush. The other thing too with, I guess, makeup in general, but the other thing too is when you're experimenting with makeup, it does take patience because you're trying to figure out what works for you, what doesn't work for you, and that is in regards to products, techniques, and tools. I haven't used a brush yet, and typically when I blend out my makeup, I've been liking how the brush diffuses the product over my skin, but so far with this underpainting, I like using the sponges. When I try this again, I'll try it with only brushes and see how that works out. Which, by the way, this liquid blush is really cute. I like it. I like it. Not disappointed at all. Let's blend out underneath my eyes now. I'm gonna go back in with this makeup sponge. I'm gonna use this end. Who is underpainting for? Like, who would be the best candidate for underpainting? People who are patient, people who are willing to take the time to figure out what techniques, products, and tools work for them. Who is underpainting not for? People who lack product knowledge. And what I mean by that is, if you don't know how products are going to work together, you're going to set yourself up for failure and lots of frustration. For example, you got to know silicone products do not mix well with water-based products. That's a fact. They're like oil and vinegar. Also, you can't go in too heavy. But I feel like that's in general though, not just with underpainting. I feel like in general, you shouldn't be too heavy-handed when it comes to applying your makeup products, because then you gotta wipe it off and start all over. You should apply a little bit first and then build it up as you go along. because you can always add more. But if you start off out the gate with too much, you gotta wipe it all off and start over. Who else is underpainting not for? Underpainting is not for people who lack blending techniques or people who have not mastered the blending technique. That works best for them. If you master blending, you are already well on your way when it comes to underpainting. Like, you gotta know, don't wipe it off. You have to tap and literally bounce this sponge off of your skin while you're moving from one part of your face to the next, just to diffuse that product on top of your skin. I'm pleasantly surprised. Continue to blend out this line of demarcation because I don't want it to be that obvious. Whoa. Going back in with this end of the other sponge that I used to blend out the contour. I just want to blend this out a bit more. So far, this is what it looks like for my underpaint. I'm not disappointed. Not disappointed at all. Now that I have applied the contour, the highlight, the blush, the next step is to apply the foundation. I'm gonna apply it on the back of my hand. This is Too Faced Born This Way foundation in Mocha. I'm gonna apply it on the back of my hand, and I'm going to use this Makeup Addiction angled painter brush to apply it in the spots that I didn't apply my highlighter, blush, or contour. I'm gonna apply just a little bit up here to help blend out a little bit. I'm gonna use the same, let's use this side of the sponge to blend this out. I'm not disappointed in this at all, guys. I'm shocked. I'm shocked. Why am I shocked though? This worked out. And I'm glad I did this on camera with you guys, just so we can try this together. I like it. And I still have product left on the back of my hand. I normally, with my foundations, it's 1 pump, 2 pump, 3 pumps. I use 1 pump on the back of my hand and I still have product left over. So, number one benefit of underpainting is definitely using a lot less product. I'm going to, let me apply this on the back of my eye. The foundation, I'm using that same brush just to go over, or I guess to put the rest of it on the back of my eye, or my eyelid, back of my eyes. It dozyen, I've lady the back of my eye. But in English it's translated as your eyelid. Blend that out with the sponge. Now let's set our look, right? This is Laura Mercier's Translucent Honey setting powder. I'm gonna blend out underneath my eye since it creased a little bit. I'm gonna use a triangle puff, dip that into the setting powder, buff the excess off on the back of my hand, and pat that underneath my eye. pat, pat, just to set. I'm also going to apply it on my eyelid to set the foundation that I put on there. It's underpainting my thing now. I think it is. I think it is, guys. And this is coming from a full coverage queen, honey. I love a good full coverage product. But, oh my goodness. I'm so excited that this is working out, first of all. Let me tell you. But I really like this. I'm gonna set, so I put on some setting powder underneath my eyes, on my eyelids, down the bridge of my nose, and on my chin. I'm going to now use the Sephora Mahogany Tan Neutral Microsmooth powder and apply that to the rest of my face. Oh, I almost dropped that. I'm gonna use Real Techniques blush brush because it's the biggest, fluffiest brush that's readily available. Tap, 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 and then just tap it. I'm gonna buff this off a little bit or brush that off. But tap, 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 and then you just, all over your face, just put it. I'm gonna brush off the excess setting powder that's underneath my eye gently. But you see how that calms down the brightness? For the rest of my face, we're going to use Juvia's Place's bronzed palette in dark. I'm gonna use the contouring brush from that Mocha brand off Shein. I'm gonna go in with this color. Tap, 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 tap. This is, for the sake of time, I think this is going by really fast, but I also feel like it's going by really fast because I'm not new to makeup, so I'm familiar with my face. I'm familiar with the products that work for me, and like I know what I'm doing. But for somebody who is just getting into the makeup game, I definitely do recommend you take your time trying to figure things out. Master skin prep, master the techniques that work for you, and then work on your timing. It's like you're trying to start a new job and you're trying to find the best route that works for you to get to work. You have to learn the lay of the land. So when it comes to your makeup, you have to learn the lay of the land before you can master it. Be patient with yourself. Try different things safely, because not everything is for everybody. I think everybody can learn how to do their makeup, for sure. You wanna know why? Because you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. I think I'm an underpaint shorty. I'm gonna add that to my repertoire. For blush, I'm going to use this. You know what, am I gonna use that or am I gonna use crayon? No, I'm gonna use this. This is it's like a reddish terracotta burnt orange kind of color. I've been feeling it. I'm going to tap, 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 and then I'm going to tap, tap, tap. I don't want to do too much. To contour down the sides of my nose with the powder, I'm going to use this No Name Fluffy Dome brush from Shein. Gonna go into this color, tap, 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 tap off the excess, and I'm just going to gently sweep it down the sides of my nose into the front of my brow. You wanna know what? Another reason why I feel like this saved me a lot of time is because when I apply the liquid products, I do like to let them dry down a bit. So it's like when I apply everything on my face at the same time and everything is drying down at the same time, it's not like I had to put down the foundation and let that dry down. Or I had to put down the concealer, let that dry down, and then blend it out. And then I put down the contour, let that dry down, and and blend that out. I put everything on at the same time and everything is drying down simultaneously, which I feel like is another reason why this is saving me a lot of time. I'm glad this technique popped up on my algorithm. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna leave that as is. I don't want to do much more because it's definitely giving. So to melt this all together, I'm going to use Juvia's Place's Ready Set Sealed setting powder. Setting spray. To melt this all together, I'm going to use Juvia's Place's setting spray. I'm excited to try it. It's my first time. Ooh, it smells good. This smells nice. I'm gonna apply my lashes off camera and I'll be right back. Before we start the lips, I just want to say I love how my curls have dropped, okay? I will put the link down to my one and only hair tutorial. I'll put that link down in the description box, but I definitely love how this turned out, okay? For my mascara, I did get the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, and I did that. I applied it on my top lashes and on my lower lashes. For my lips, I'm gonna go in with Makeup by Mario's lip liner in dark chocolate, and this is Huda Beauty's liquid lipstick in Sugar Boo. I like this, the Sugar Boo. It's a nude color. My favorite is Wifey by Huda Beauty, but that's a bit more on the pink side. Wifey, it's a little bit more on the pink side, whereas Sugar Boo, it's on the brown side. Let me show you guys the comparison. Do y'all see that? Wifey and Sugar Boo. Wifey is the pinkish mauve nude color. Sugar Boo is the brown. Let's talk about lip liners real quick. I just want to say lip liners are a requirement. It's not an option, it's a requirement, and I'm gonna tell you why. Lip liners act like a fence around the lipstick that you're going to put on. It could be a matte lipstick, it could be a glossy lipstick, it could be a satin lipstick, a frosty finish lipstick, whatever lipstick or lip gloss you're putting on, lip liner is a requirement. Throughout the day, when you're only wearing lipstick, it bleeds, right? Because your lips are moving, you're talking, you're eating your food, so the lipstick is going to bleed. If you use a lip liner that acts like a fence around the lipstick and it contains it on your lips, test it. Test and see, okay? And then come back in the comments and let me know. But that's why I say lip liners are a requirement and not an option. What do you think? This is my first time underpainting. I want your opinion. I definitely would love some constructive criticism if you think that I could do something better. I definitely feel like I have found my footing when it comes to liquid blush. I love how this turned out. It is light coverage that I'm used to. As you can see, like you can see my beauty mark right here. You can see the hyperpigmentation right here. So it is a little lighter than I'm used to, but I don't hate it. Like I said, I'm a full coverage kind of girl. But this right here, yeah. Love it. My earrings are from Shein. this shirt that I got is from Shein. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your support. Go ahead and give the video a thumbs up if you learned a thing or two. Share the video, subscribe to my channel, and I love you to life. You will see me in the next one. Bye.